Hello everybody, Dead Spikes here, and today I am making the final video for this build. We've been working on this build for a long time, and we finally got all the pieces together to be able to make this. And we got all the experience we need to be able to work everything out and such. But now I'm just going to showcase it to you. I am on tier 15 here. You can see that, challenge tier 15 on the top left. There is no way to fake that, so this is legit. This build can solo challenge tier 15. You gotta pay attention. Obviously, it's not easy, but it is the build to do it. I am very impressed on where we came to with this build. It took a lot of practice, a lot of blood and sweat went into this to be able to make everything possible. Snipers. Ah. This freeze is annoying. Freeze is the worst element to deal with in the game. Just hands down. Where is that ironclad? There he is. Trying to take him out. Gotta try to focus bosses quite a bit. Take those elites out. We got another one right there. There we go. You can see the shotgun's still like practically one-shotting stuff, which is crazy. Even up at this level. I wasn't sure if this type of damage was going to carry through the game, but it definitely did, and it's impressive. We do need to worry about debuffs a little bit more up at this tier, though. That's definitely something that changed. We have to be throwing out our venator knife more often, and we got to be using our hunt to prey way more often to make sure we get that extra damage when shooting stuff. Keep teleporting. We still can clear a bunch of ads with one shot though, which is great. Just like that. This fire gonna be messing me up. Teleport behind these guys, get that shot off. Alright, so there's a little bit of ad clear for you. Now I want to show you the boss killing part of this build. I figured what spot's better than the final boss of the game to show off some boss damage. Now the damage does scale, by the way, so it's acting like I'm using a level 42 weapon. It's not acting like I'm using a level 50 weapon. Here we go, check that out. 2 mags and he's almost dead. Let's wait our cooldowns down a little bit here. Got our teleport back. And one more time. And that's a world tier 15 final boss. Alright, it is time to go over the full build. So we are finally at the end of this. There is very minimal adjustments I will make, and I don't think I'm ever going to have to make another video for this build because everything we need is right here. This build can farm all of the CT15 expeditions. You can do all of the top levels solo with this build. I did Eye of the Storm with a team on this build. I haven't done it solo yet. I do plan to try the solo probably later today or in the next few days, and I'm sure I'll put a video out on YouTube for you guys if you do want to see that when I actually do achieve it. But I'm pretty confident this build will be able to do it. I am so amazed at what this build finally turned into after we put all of the moving parts together. It is astonishing, and it definitely makes me like this game more for how much you can really dedicate into one build. That I took this very small build I made at level 20 and I expanded on it so far to make what I have right here. It was definitely a lot of time, and I'm glad to show this off. Before we get into the stats of the armor and the weapons, I want to go over the abilities because I made you guys a nice little chart for the mods. So the abilities you need to run on this build are Venator's Knife, Twisted Rounds, and Hunt the Prey. Those 3 skills work so great hand in hand. If you looked at my gameplay for the boss kill and maybe some of that gameplay in that expedition I was doing, they work so hand in hand. And the skill bonus of the armor, the legendary armor set I'm running here, says Hunt the Prey does not consume cooldown when teleporting behind an enemy marked with Venator's Knife. So this is the legendary armor set I wanted so bad because it goes hand in hand with that top instant reload. So every time I teleport, I instantly reload my mag, which makes it so I keep my twisted rounds up, but it also makes it so I don't use hunt and pray. So I can hunt and pray more often, making my magazine come back. And that's why I was able to kill that boss so quick. So that's the boss killing part of it. And that also helps with the ad clearing part to make sure that your twisted rounds does not run out. I do like to use my pump shotty for ad clearing a lot, and then I like to use my death shield for boss killing. This is by far my favorite weapon with the Trickster so far, especially on this build because of that fortress perk. That fortress perk gives so much extra damage towards bosses. But yeah, there's our skills. Now we'll go over the skill tree. This skill tree is made to 100% point towards damage. It is made to go all the way into damage that we can. And this is the best thing I could come up with. So maybe just screenshot it quick and just boom, 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 pop all your points into those spots and you will be maximized for damage. Now we will go over all of the mods. I don't want to go over all of them one by one because there is a lot, but I did make you guys a nice little picture here where you can screenshot this on your device and you can save it for later and just kind of look through. I did put everything next to each other, so the shotguns mods are next to the shotgun, the helmets mods are next to the helmets, and so on. That way you know where everything is. Also on top above the shotguns, I have the best 3 sub points you could get that armor can roll with. Now please be mindful that legendary armor does not roll, so it's impossible to get this on legendary armor, but the leggings and the gauntlets, at least you could try to roll this, but don't spend your whole life rolling that because you're going to need that roll plus the bottom perk that you see me running on them to be able to make that work together. So I would recommend just more go towards the bottom perk, and after you get a set with that bottom perk that you need, then start maybe looking around for those sub stats on those pieces. And then on the very bottom left, I have what is on my pump shotgun. I'm not going to say that is the most optimal for my pump shotgun, but it's what's doing the job right now, and it is very good. See, these are the little niche things that I can fix up later because my leggings and gauntlets don't have those top sub stats up there, but I am looking around for them to be able to have those. There is also a few tier 3 perks I did throw into my armor set, which are going to be extremely hard for you guys to get if you do not have the legendaries yet. And I am sorry about that because this is a very end game build. This is made to solo stuff. This means you put a lot of time in to be able to get all this. So that's kind of why I am running it. The biggest thing to note here is that golem armor is what's going to keep you alive the most. That emergency stance that I have on my helmet there, that is the biggest tanky thing. And we have a few other armor stats just to keep us alive, and all those armor things are also buffing the death shield, remember. So we have a very tanky Trickster build, but we also turn all of that tankiness into damage on our death shield, which helps us boss kill pretty quickly. And there is enough damage throughout our mods to be able to make it so our pump shotgun can one-shot when the enemies either have Ventilator's knife on them or they are have vulnerability from our hunt and prey. A few last things I can tell you guys before this video ends is this build was made to one-shot ads. If you're not one-shotting ads, you're kind of not running it correctly, because that's what you're going to need to be doing. So for the most part, I run that pump shotgun almost all the time. There's a few scenarios where I have to kill bosses, or I know there's going to be a bunch of elites in the next room rather than ads, and those are the times I will run the death shield. If you try taking this build into team play, you can, but it's going to be pretty tough because everything's so tanky and you're on a one-shot build. So when I go to team play, I kind of just main that death shield the whole time, and that's why I am using that perk on the bottom to make it so I can restore my magazine with it. That way I can also main that weapon. But yeah, that'll do it. This, just seeing the playstyle is going to be really tough. I do recommend maybe stopping by my stream at some point to see how I'm playing it, to see where I'm using my skills and so on, get a little bit of a feel. My Twitch stream's a great time to do that because I'm running this build constantly. If you guys enjoyed this or you found it helpful, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button. It does help me out a lot. Please absolutely leave some comments down below. I know there's a lot of stuff I went over here, and maybe you want to question some of my mods. I love criticism. If you guys see a mod there maybe that could be swapped out, absolutely, please let me know in the comment section down below, and maybe I would think about swapping it out. If you want to see some more Outriders content like this, please hit that subscribe button. I am working my butt off to get you guys some content. I think we're at like almost 15 videos and we're not even a week into this game yet, so I'm pushing as hard as I can. I have a Discord server with all of my other Outrider community. I'm trying to get as many people as I can to help each other with expeditions or through the story or helping builds. I'm trying to really create an Outrider community so we can all work together and play together. So if you want to join an Outrider community, please go in the description of this video and tap that Discord link. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. This is Bikes out.